Corona. You see each Spence was expecting to fight at 147 against Garcia, but now
set to make his way to the ring, the Italian sensation. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the MGM Grand Garden Vegas live on NBC. This is Champions. The action begins now with 10 rounds in the welter division. At ringside, your 3 judges, Bert Lemons, introducing the Italian Phil Lo Greco. Introducing Errol, the Truth, Spence Jr.
Gentlemen, I gave you instructions in the dressing room. The only thing I'm going to remind you of now, when I tell you stop whatever you're doing. Give me a clean break. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Gentlemen, let's do this.
Phil Lo Greco did not be here in the ring tonight, but here he is facing a man who has come up with 7 of his 16 knockouts. 2 of his bouts have lasted beyond. And Errol Spence, born and raised DeSoto, Texas, a southern suburb of Texas. Aside from the fact, it is a last-minute situation for Lo Greco. How difficult?
Lo Greco, he knows how to fight. He knows he's got a great amateur experience and a pedigree, so he knows how to fight southpaws. He fought for the Italian national team.
And you see those punches thrown by Lo Greco. I mean, those punches to the body really try to bring those hands down. Those looping right hands are really of any style.
Lo Greco in the blue and Spence in the black. The last left hand Lo Greco faced Hector Orozco 3 years ago. Lo Greco won by decision over Orozco, although Orozco did knock him down. Faced one other lefty that was 3 years back.
And Marv, I don't think it's any surprise that, Greco's definitely the underdog in this fight. I think it's very important to come out and get an early and a quick start. No one expected to do well against Errol Spence, so if he comes out there and really puts the pressure
and
can
catch fighters like Spence is the fact that he is a letdown when he fights, so he has to stay sharp and stay alert.
Yeah, Ray, sometimes it can be very difficult to get up for a replacement and we'll see how Spence's focus is tonight, but so far it looks pretty sharp in this round.
Spence in his last fight back in April at Barclays in Brooklyn. 4th round over Samuel Vargas, who come in at 20-1.
One thing intelligent that Lo Greco's doing, he's moving to his left side away from Spence. He's also keeping his lead left hand kind of out front, trying to distract Spence's jab a little bit. So good stuff. Nice left hand by Spence.
He's very careful. Spence in particular has to be very careful of unintentional headbutts because of the way they're coming in.
Referee Robert Byrd steps between the fighters. Byrd, a 32-year veteran, has handled 8 world titles.
Stop.
Greco tried to things first round. Well, we've been talking about States 3 years ago. Spence got to experience it for himself. As an amateur, Spence, a 3 U.S. national amateur welterweight champion, won the National Golden Gloves welterweight title back in '9. Steve Farhood, our unofficial score at an 9 round for Phil Lo Greco, looking to use the stiff arm method to keep the distance with Spence.
This corner gave some great advice to the fighter. Told him, just don't get frustrated because he can't. This guy's here to stay.
He's a tough guy. He went 10 rounds with Shawn Porter race. He's definitely a credible guy, but if you're Lo Greco, you got to be happy with how that first round went. He landed some good odds, but Errol Spence starting to pick it up now.
Body shot from Spence.
To be trying to figure out how to get inside with that left hand. Phil Lo Greco was keeping that left hand out. On the double jab, he's keep telling him to double either headbutts or he's unsuccessful. So he's trying to double jab, keep it stiff, keep it firm, and he'll be able to have more success with that jab.
And here, the word of Spence's corner to double up on those blows, which he's doing.
Well, those body shots that Spence is throwing, those shots bring those hands down. Shot Platinum.
Great point, Ray. Those body shots are so good. He can guard, making Phil Lo Greco lower his hand, and he's able to get in position to land that beautiful left
head successfully, and then to the body. Lo Greco comes in 26-1 and his 1 loss as we've talked about earlier back in May of 2013, losing that 10-round decision to Lo Greco, knocked down in that fight twice.
And more, Errol Spence told us yesterday in the fighter meetings, you see him digging those body shots in the first 2 rounds. He's really, making us believers tonight with those body shots.
On balance, good leverage.
And that beginning to take its toll. Oh, a right hand by Spence that lands.
That one hurt Loco, Mark. And if Errol will continue to go to the body, I don't think this fight is going to last in 2 or 3 rounds.
Final seconds. Mentioned earlier, Ted, 13 of Spence's knockouts have come in 3 rounds. Second round for Spence. 18 body shots. Second round.
And you know he gets that from his amateur background, knowing exactly how to execute a punch, to deliver proper punch, to stay on balance.
Down, but goes. 4. Looking wobbly. He's telling the official, Robert Bird, that he's all right.
It was an accumulation of punches. He put them together quite well. Body shots, head shots, all inside.
And again, Spence in the 3rd round. You can see that Lo Greco is wobbly. Understand
his time. He's picking his shots.
This is what we talked about yesterday. Everybody said, who has Spence fought? Who has he beat? In opposition, you can see Spence continue to do this to high-level boxers.
And Spence looking to conclude here in round 3. Oh, hand by Lo Greco.
Let him go, let him go.
Another hand by Spence.
Lo Greco's in bad. You're 2 away from Spence ending things.
Coming up on to go in this 3rd round. It's all Spence and it's all over.
And I think it's a great stoppage there, Marv. Lo Greco was out of trouble against Spence, was teeing off. Lo Greco wasn't responding. Good stoppage, Robert Bird.
Spence told me that he wanted this to be his coming out party.
Spence now 17-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside of the ring, referee Robert Bird steps in, calls a halt to the contest. Official time, 50 seconds into round number 3. The winner by TKO, Errol, the Truth, Spence Jr.